you know, I did a pretty good move around. I had a nice career with the Air Force. And from then I was asked if I can go be a flight attendant on the Air Force airplanes out of Andrews Air Force Base, which is the fleet that belongs to the president. And then I became interested in the work I did because I was given an opportunity. I saw the world all over. I flew all over where we took the president, his staffs, and cabinet members, Congress. We flew all over the world. And I was amazed what it was and how it was. But I've always wanted to be back on this rock. So if you look back now, if you ask me that question, will I go back in the States and start all over? I say no. I will never. I can go visit, I can go do some things in the States, but I will never give up this place for anybody. Like, this is home.
I think a lot of us that, you know, the first generation, second generation here in the States, we're losing the culture. You know, as far as when you hear these young people talk about, you know, they wanting to know more about the culture, you know, I truly believe that it starts from home. Don't lose the culture, because the culture here in America, it's totally different from, they'll get a rude awakening from compared to what was back home to here. You know, don't lose the culture, don't lose the language, and if you have kids and your whole family's migrating here, you know, don't lose that part, because English is always easy to learn, and because they will be going to school, but once you lose the language, I don't think it'll ever come back.
I knew what the expectation was going to be from my people, my village, my family, now that I was going to leave and come over to America. So it wasn't an easy trip for me. At the same time, I knew that I was representing everybody back home. Having that opportunity to leave and to come over to America, I was to not only be successful, but I was to bring something back home.
I feel like I'm still missing a little bit of my Samoan roots, and that's kind of the reason why my interest in education is in Samoan history and is in Samoans living in America. It's all about, you know, learning what it is that is the essence of us. What is it that makes us who we are? And we're different Americans than other Americans, just like all other people is different. But, you know, some people still haven't gotten us, and it's like a joke. Remember how we talk, like, it's like there's some things that only Samoans understand. It's something that's like a hidden meaning that
Underlying.
Yeah, that we only us can get it. We could all we don't know a Samoan, and we'll sit in a room together and we're like, you know, and then it starts, you know, you just start laughing. Why?
I remember I left Samoa in '99. You know, I graduated from high school and I left Samoa in '99. And I remember one night when my parents and I were packing, I remember telling them that, Mom, Dad, you know, I was telling them I'm gonna go stay in America. You're never gonna see me again. I gave them like a timeline. I told them like 10 years, you know. I came out here and I figured, man, living out here in the United States, it's all about the money. All about the money. That's the only way I see it. That's why, you know, I also noticed that's why my parents sent me out here, to get a better life. What's a better life? You gotta have money to have a better life, right? I think that's the thinking that people are thinking nowadays. Telling my parents that I wasn't gonna return for 10 years was like putting my foot in my mouth, because I returned home like every summer after leaving in '99, almost every summer. And my parents would laugh at me, you know. They won't tell me, but they laugh, and I know inside they're like saying, look at this guy coming back, even though he told us he wasn't gonna go. You know, I came to realize, you know, coming out here to the United States, everyone's always asking, why'd you leave your island? Why'd you leave this paradise and stuff like that? I tell them I left because it's boring back there. But when I come out here, it's the same thing. It's just the way you look at it, you know? So this is the Song of Longing. What you have just heard, what you have just seen, is the stories of my people passed from one person to the next, like we've been doing it over like thousands of years, you know, oral tradition. But I wanted to take it to the next level, you know. I wanted to give it a point where, take it to the point where you're not only listening to these stories, you're also seeing these stories happening right there in your homes, you know, wherever you're watching this. It not only applies to us as Samoans, but I think it applies to everyone else, you know. Everyone has a longing for home. There's always those sayings that, you know, home is where the heart belongs, and there's no place like home, or you never know where you're going until you know where you come from. Those sayings all hold wisdom in them, in my opinion, you know. And from experience, it's true. I really long for home. So I figured I'd share that with you.
My brothers, though you journey away from home, and my sisters, though you live lives in different abodes, o si o watu nuku leo Samoa, o te mita mita ai ma o iloa. I am Samoa and Samoa is me, my island home by the beautiful Pacific Sea. Samoa e tūtasi lava oi lo wanganga, o oi o le mea lofo rau tamā, o oi o le fatu o rau tina, lau ele ele o matotua, o te pese atu I se pese o mo o without you, Samoa, is to know an emptiness of eternity. Let the rhythm of thy drums pound and awaken the warrior within me. Let no one stand and take you from the life of me, because I am Samoa, and for Samoa I am longing.